Nostagic Gourmet is a series where I'm taking things all the way back down memory lane. We are headed to the early 2000s, showing you how to make some of my favorite childhood treats and dishes. As we bring them back to life, I will be sure to add a little twist. Join me in my home kitchen to watch me throw it all the way back to the early good old days. Now it's time for you to be a kid again.
On today's episode, we're making a cafeteria classic. I remember back in the day, my high school cafeteria will always have Bosco sticks on the menu every single Friday. And being completely honest with you, I was never really a fan of cafeteria lunch in the first place, but what I did look forward to were these Bosco sticks every single Friday. It was something about the melty cheese, the pizza dough, that went really well with that tomato sauce, even though it was canned. But on this episode, I'm gonna show you how to make them homemade with a pizza dough, some fancy mozzarella, and we're gonna stuff them with some mushrooms, onions, peppers, and of course, I won't do you all dirty. I'm gonna make y'all a homemade tomato sauce to go along with it. Let's go into the kitchen. All right, let's get this tomato sauce going right now. I have some olive oil in the pan, and I'm gonna add some garlic and onions right into the pan. Get that sauteing. And right into here, we're gonna add some sugar. I'm adding sugar because back in the day, the tomato sauce is always a bit sweet. I don't always add sugar in my tomato sauce, but when it comes to Bosco sticks, you gotta add your tomato sauce just a little bit sweet, in my opinion. Give that a stir. I'm gonna add some salt and pepper too. Salt and pepper. I swear, the best smell in the world is onions and garlic. You can't go wrong. All right, let this saute up. And I'm gonna season it with some oregano as well. I'm using dried oregano today. If you have a little garden outside, you have fresh oregano, throw it in. The smells. And I'm gonna add a can of crushed tomatoes right into my onions and garlic. Give it a stir. And add a little bit of water too to thin things out. All right, that's basically all for the tomato sauce. We're gonna let it simmer for about 10 minutes or so. And let's move over here to make our Bosco sticks. What we're here for, right? All right, so our Bosco sticks, all I have is some fresh mozzarella, and they're kind of in little pearls. You can use these, you can use mozzarella sticks, whatever you have on hand, go ahead and use it. And also I sauteed some vegetables to make it a little more grown up and fancy, right? I sauteed some mushrooms, some onions, some bell peppers, and a little bit of olive oil and salt and pepper. And to top things off, we have Parmesan cheese. You can't go wrong with Parmesan cheese. It's always a staple. All right, so finally we have our pizza dough. This is store-bought pizza dough. You can make it homemade if you feel like it. It's store-bought for me. We're gonna slice it into fourths, just big enough to roll that Bosco stick in. We're gonna fill each one in the middle with that mozzarella cheese. Oh man, that sauce smells delicious. Okay, I'm gonna add a little vegetables and some of them as well. I'll do them too. And I can season it with a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. You want to pinch it and basically roll it all over the cheese. Look how simple that is. And be sure to pinch the sides inside like this. The cheese doesn't ooze out. to the next one. So now we're gonna grab this pan right here. I sprayed it with a little bit of nonstick spray, and I'm gonna put the Bosco sticks right on top of it. That's my oven. And by the way, speaking of the oven, I preheated it to 375 degrees, and I'm gonna bake these for about 15 minutes or until the dough is fully cooked. But before I put it in, I'm gonna add a little olive oil onto each one, and a little Parmesan cheese as well. I can already tell it's gonna be better than the cafeteria. All right, put it in the oven for 15 minutes. All right, the Bosco sticks are all done. They baked. I let them cool up for just a little bit because the cheese is like molten when it's hot. I got my homemade tomato sauce, some Parmesan cheese. I want to top them all up with that, and a little more oregano. Adds a little freshness. All right, let's give these a taste. Oh man, look at that cheese. This is cheese to me. Tomato sauce. Yeah. It's like eye roll good. You gotta roll your eyes with these. These are delicious. Tastes 10 times better than cafeteria food. And for me, tomato sauce is it. I'll see you all next week for a brand new episode of Nostagic Gourmet. Thanks for watching, okay? Make this ASAP.